Evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. Another busy news day for Sheffield Wednesday. A couple of statements released today. I'll do them as two separate videos because I do have a tendency to bumble on. The first statement was actually from Sheffield Wednesday, trying to offer a little bit of clarity about the situation with their North Stand, which, as you all know, has currently got no safety certificate and faces being closed for home matches. So I'll read that out. I'm not going to put it all up on the screen for you. I know you like to keep looking at my beautiful face, but if you do want to see the words, you can stick the subtitles on it. But what the subtitles will look like with the way I talk, I don't know. But anyway, I shall crack on with this statement from Wednesday, which begins: the club wishes to update supporters on the progress regarding the lifting of the prohibition notice issued by the council. We continue to work closely with our professional advisors. I hope these are proper advisors, not just a mate. With our advisors and contractors to ensure that the North Stand can safely operate as usual from the first game of the season. And that does sound positive. Ready for the first game of the season. To provide the necessary assurances, a schedule of works is currently being finalised. I'd like to think it had already been done. Our priority is to avoid relocating supporters for up-and-coming fixtures where possible, which is what everybody wants. At the June Safety Advisory Group meeting, SAG, the club committed to undertaking the necessary works. Good. In addition, we have agreed to conduct additional roof surveys ahead of the start of these works, which were undertaken in mid-July. Preliminary work has also been undertaken over the past week, carried out by a specialist team to prepare for the next phase. Sounding quite positive, isn't it? The club can reassure supporters the North Stand has previously received letters of comfort from safety professionals to the end of last season, together with a safety certificate from Sheffield City Council, affirming that safety has not been and never will be compromised. It's been compromised a bit, hasn't it? Because it's currently fucking shut. A letter of comfort. That's one of them. I'm getting sacked from work and they send you a card. Oh, there. However, to secure updated assurances, a plan for these works must be approved to satisfy the requirements of the Safety Advisory Group, a commitment we made in June and remain fully dedicated to delivering. However, to secure updated assurances, a plan for these works must be approved to satisfy the requirements of the Safety Advisory Group, a commitment we made in June and remain fully dedicated to delivering. While we remain hopeful that all necessary steps can be completed ahead of the first home game of the season, contingency plans are being prepared in case this target cannot be achieved. And this is the bit that everybody really wants to know. These include the erection of temporary access platform on the West Stand, along with designated accessible entrance for wheelchair users if relocation is necessary. A temporary access platform on the West Stand, where's that going to go? Going to end up sat in control room, aren't you, under scoreboard. Ensuring that the North Stand season ticket holders have a method online to select alternative seats for any affected matches as simply as possible. Well, that's good. I hope it's not using an official website, that is. To avoid any additional confusion, the club have held back on issuing North Stand season tickets until the picture becomes absolutely clear. We fully understand that the start of the season is growing ever closer and will communicate further updates as soon as possible. In the meantime, we apologise sincerely for the uncertainty this situation has caused and thank everyone affected for their patience and understanding. I think there's very little patience and understanding, but I've got to say firstly, I do feel sorry for the people who have to put this out. No, I do, because they're probably not getting paid themselves. And the person who's having to deal with all these contractors and safety advisory group, who is it? Is it one poor bastard having to run around and do all of it? Because we don't have a proper border out, do we? So plans in place, but not yet revealed. It's positive they've put some of that, but on the other hand, as a supporter, Isn't that all a little bit... Do you know what I mean? Status quo. We're doing something. We're hoping it gets done. If it don't get done, we'll let you know. Which is a little bit what we've known for the last month, isn't it? Providing assurances, taking it seriously. Kind of been taking it that seriously for the last 3 or 4 years, because 2021, we know that's when the first... Be positive, Jim, be positive. The positive is the club have reached out to the supporters and said, you know, we are doing stuff behind the scenes. We're trying to get things sorted. And if that stand is shut for the first home game, we've put contingencies in place for you. And that's what you want to hear. The fact that people might have to be relocated, that's not the fault of the people who've sent this statement out. It's not the fault of the people who are having to deal with their contractors and deal with their safety advisory group. It's not their fault. We've got to remember that. We know where the fault lies. These people are just doing their jobs and trying to make the best of a bad situation. Do you think it will be open in time? What's your personal thoughts? Nobody wants to stand shut, but equally, you don't want a rush job, do you? You know, when you've got a bit of an hole in your wall and you fill it with wet bog roll and something on the top of it. We all know those tradesmen. So yeah, hopefully a thread of comfort for supporters there. I'm saying that because I heard an interview on BBC Breakfast this morning with a supporter who sits on that north stand, who was sat there crying while he was interviewed. And I watched that. I was watching it on my phone, and I don't know which emotion got me most. I was actually a little bit turmoil in guts, because I was so sad for that bloke, a chap called Bill. I was so sad for him, but also there was a rage inside me that it's affecting people like that. So I hope Stan does get sorted, obviously, and it's good to know that there is some contingency plans in place, and I hope these people can get sorted out in time. It's just shit, isn't it? The situation's shit, and it's shit for us. But it's also shit for them people working clubboard having to put this out. And so they're like the shield, aren't they? They're being used as human shields, really. It's crap for absolutely everybody. But anyway, so there we go. Work is being carried out on the North Stand. Contractors are in place. There is a schedule of works. They're hoping to get it done. And there's contingencies if it's not done in time. I would hope that there's no big rush to get it finished, and then there's, you know, months of snagging areas or whatever. If the work's going to take a bit longer, yeah, I think it would be better if the stand was shut for a bit longer, because the most important thing, the primary thing, is people's safety. So there's the first update. And then the second one, we got another statement this afternoon. We love a statement, don't we, at Sheffield Wednesday? Yeah, that's all. We live on them, don't we? Live on them. But I'll do that in another video.